Right, let's get going. Sorry, I'm very late today, very bit disorganized today. Right, oil. It's really dropped out the sky today and kept having a series of lower highs and lower lows. And today it's just really broken this support. So we're down here a couple of times in mid and late May, and now we look as if we are heading for 73. Currently 74. And the really major support down there in February was 71. So there is no picking up in the oil at this stage. Let's have a look at the Dow. Dow's been hit as well. For some, the S&Ps are holding up okay, but Dow is taking a hit as well. So you look at this trend line coming along these two lows from April, May. That's sort of falling right back in with a big uptick in on Friday. We're just peeling right back into that at the moment. However, if that does not hold and we break the Friday low, then we are heading much further down. The main support, let's just use basic support and resistance here. So this year's low is around the 37,000 mark. So if we can't hold this, we are coming down to 37,000. Now, ECB rate decision on Thursday. So let's have a look at the euro. So euro is picking up. In fact, one of the things that's slightly confusing for me today is the fact that the dollar is really weak alongside the Dow, and that's pretty unusual. Non-farm payroll must be on Friday. So we've got ECB Thursday, non-farm payroll, US jobs on Friday. So we've got a lot of resistance up here in the euro. So if this, just because they're going to reduce the rates, expect the unexpected. So um, if I draw that trend line high, if we fall underneath this, let's put the average on there as well. Let's put the 50 on there. Not got a 50, it's typical, isn't it? Don't know why I've not got a 50. Okay, so the 50-day average is down here at 107, 107.50 area. So it was a good start to the week. Volumes picked up as well. Um, so just because rates are they're expected to be cut, we don't know if they are going to be cut. If they are not cut, that could see this euro really pinging up to the 23 highs at this rate. The main ambush area is 109.40. So if we spring into 109.40 and close lower, then start selling and stay short. In the meantime, that is not giving way. Right, let's have a look at the Nasdaq. Yeah, so this is fibbed to last year's high and low, and we just rejected the 127 extension up there. So if we stay under here and ultimately close under 18K, this is dropping as well. So there's the support. We lose that support. Uh, so we've got to close above 18,700 to sustain this move in the next couple of days. If we close lower here, then I would start to short that 700 if we get the chance. You may not get the chance. But if we close above it, then steer clear because that's going to 20,000 on the NASDAQ. FTSE already tumbled from 84.50 all the way down to 81.35 and looks like that could tumble back over as well now. So if we start closing underneath 8200, then that is lower. In fact, I will even start shorting into that resistance. I would start shorting to 83, 83.20 to see if that could get back to 8,000 and potentially lower. It's above the 50-day average. So any market that's above the 50-day average, the trend is up. But let's just use this as a marker to see if if this lower close under that trend line is a signal for this to drop and come lower. All right. Gold. So I'm flitting around here. Let's look at gold. Gold sitting up on support, looking like it wants to go back and see 24.30. So when you pull back now to 23.30 with a stop under today's low, is the time to get long this gold and see if we can break. We should see 25.50, 2500, 25.50. So pullbacks in the gold. Be careful on the euro. Oil looks lower. Bitcoin sitting up. Looks like that wants to go back to 24 highs at the moment. Right, stocks. Now let's look at other commodities first. Let's go through a couple of commodities. I'm in sugar. I think this is Chicago sugar. That is potentially breaking out because if that sustains that move, that looks as if we're coming up from last year's lows. January last year, we made a run into 27.75 and we're picking up from that same point. This is the okay, so I'm in the Wisdom Tree Sugar ETF, which doesn't look like that, but it looks not many miles away. It's the high grade copper has pulled back. That now that's in a buy zone for the copper. So 46 is a potential entry for that. Natural gas, not touching it at the moment. That I'm hoping that's going to pull right back to those lows at 2050 or lower. Okay, the wheat. It's still that's a weak close. That's a very weak close. If we can't get back above 7 in this week, then that looks as if that could come all the way back to 640. Okay, stocks. So look at the miners. Pan African, I got out at 25. Actually went to 26.5, but that's pulling right back at the moment. Sorry about that. Griffin. Off. Okay, so I'm steering clear of the miners at the moment. Let's look at Rolls-Royce. It's still picking up. Wow, it's still making high highs. QQ, that's broken out. Been talking about that for a while. Pfizer, that is really picking up on volume. Um, any move back to 28 on that one looks as if that could go to 32 plus. It's a little, if you're buying that, you're going to have to buy a little high, but that looks like that's sustainable. BT is struggling to do much at the moment. That 125 has bought. So we are picking up. We are going back up to the highs on volume. So that's bullish. Vodafone, I haven't looked at, let me just check Vodafone. Vodafone's doing the same. Pull back to 74. That looks as if that can get to 80 at this stage. Right, a couple of others I'm interested in. I like Centrica. Centrica, you know what? I might be patient with that. I'm going to try and look for 3132 on that. Not sure we'll see it, but I'll certainly set an alarm for that. What else have we got? What's the other one? Direct lines picking up. That's not pulling back at the moment. Let's look at National Grid because this is a very interesting chart on National Grid. Why can't I find National Grid? It's NG, ticker's NG. Right, the rights issue has dragged this down. I'm looking to see if we can get back down to October 22 lows here. Volume really appears to pick up. But I'm going to be paid. If I can get 785, the rights issue is right down here. So basically issuing more shares, but the rights issue is priced at down there. So we could still come lower, but the volume is picking up already. Any stocks you want to look at? Anything you want to look at? So as usual, big fan of the soft commodities. Sorry, you've sentiment. Okay, sentiment. Right, let's look at coffee first, and then I'll go to sentiment. Come on. Right. Was coffee a robusta? Uh, yeah, be careful of, I never know which one this is. Looks like that was a IBM, okay. Um, so we had quite a sell on Friday. So I just wonder if coffee might want to come back to that 20. I would be patient and look for that pull back to that main support at 2050 on that one. Is that the coffee you're looking for? I know there are a couple. Let's look at sentiment. Right, looks like we might see 110 on that, but 120, unless that gets, I think that's done short term. because we have broken some key support here. So it looks to me as if that wants to come back to 110, possibly even lower. IBM, that looks short-term lower as well. Appear to have a volume spike on Monday. They had earnings. Pretty much out the earnings season at the moment, and the bulk of the earnings are done. You might see that come down to this January level. Unless that turns around and starts closing higher here, I think that might come down to 15 to 156, 157. It's under the 50-day average. At the moment, that looks short-term done for me. Again, we've broken some key support up there. I just wonder if that wants to come right back down to that support. Whoops. However, like I said, if we start closing higher in the next couple of days, then you're going to have to buy higher. Otherwise, you might, if you're patient, you might see 156. Anything else? Yeah, you were looking at it before, weren't you? Okay, so New Zealand yen. Hmm. You're looking to sell. It's a very bullish run, isn't it? These yen pairs are difficult to call at the moment. Um, Certainly, if we close lower this week, that looks as if that's done. We have come up on less volume, so we're divergent. Volume is divergent. I mean, if you want to short it, I would get. I don't know if you're already short. Maybe you're short now. You'd like to see it hit 10,000, right? Okay. Well, that's given that it has been on a rip, on a tear. Yeah, that's perfectly feasible. We've had a good 4 weeks of volume up here, so it could well get to that mark. However, I wouldn't short it at this stage, given that it's been on such a tear. I wouldn't short it. What I would look for, I'd look for it to hit the underside of that trend line and close lower. Otherwise, yeah, 98.83 is the next extension, so that's close to your target entry short. Okay, look, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for your company, guys. Anything else you want me to look at, post it in the room and I'll look at it tomorrow. Otherwise, enjoy your evening and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.